I believe that there's one Most High God, the All, and He created this material realm, this consciousness. All the other gods were created by our consciousness. Everything that we personify of God and believe is good in this world is our idea of God, and that is a God that we've created. None of us can really understand what the All is, what God is. He's ineffable. He's not a he. It's a genderless. We only come down into duality and gender in this realm, and that's why that's why we think about Christ, because Christ is a personified version of what God is. It's an understanding of what God would want of us here in this material realm. And all of us really do have a different idea of what Christ is, which means we are all creating our own gods. We are all creating our own idea of what God is so that we follow it. And the only way that we can start to find the true Christ, first of all, maybe no human will ever understand truly what the full Christ is. However, if we're always trying to find the true Christ and trying to kill off the version of Christ that we've created in our consciousness, we go out and we talk to others who are trying to discover what God is. And this is us coming together in the Lagos, and this is us coming together and dialoguing. This is us coming together and negotiating on what, and it seems like negotiating, but it's really is refining the truths that we share. Because there's truths that we have in ourselves, and those truths may not be as clear as we think, and that's why we have to be humble enough to know we've probably created that truth. And if we are that humble, then we should put it out to the world. This is what I believe of God. This is what I believe is the most benevolent thing to do in this situation. Please tell me why you think I'm wrong or why you think I'm right, but we could make it better. And that's us discovering in each situation the highest truth that we can come up with the minds and the consciousness that are there. So when we ever get to a situation where people just can't speak anymore, they get emotional and they start not being able to dialogue anymore, that's when you know there's a part of the God that they've created, the Christ that they've created in their own minds, that they don't want to let die, because if they let that God die, that idea of God die in their head, then they would have to realize that they had been living wrong, and they would have to let a piece of themselves die. I really do believe, though, if we could put our emotions together to the side and come in with reason and logic and truth and humility and prayer, that we would all be able to find the best version that we can of a shared God and a shared idea of how to run this material realm. I can't look at the God of the Old Testament in all the situations. I can't look at the Yahweh in the Old Testament and how it's portrayed as the same idea of what I think Christ is. And either I'm wrong about Christ and I just have not been educated or given the wisdom to see why these are the same. Then I'm going to keep on seeking the truth of whether I'm right or wrong. Because at this point, many Christians have a different idea of what Christ is than I do, because they are somehow combining these two characters from the Old Testament and the Christ that I know, that the Christ that I'm trying to know the best I can. I can't make those numbers come together. I'm seeing 2 + 2 = 4 and 5 at the same time. And when that happens, if I can't find the knowledge in myself to understand it, then I'm always going to continue to seek that truth until I find it. Many religious people say, you don't need to know, you just have to believe in the mystery. And it's like, yeah, well, that is the case, but there is things to understand in the mystery. And I know there is times when we do have to realize there's things we just will not understand. And there's reasons why traditions have taught us things that we should follow, even though we don't fully understand them yet. You have community that spend too much time in tradition and don't have any time for progression, then we get stagnation. And I don't think that that's a true affirmation of life. We need like growth. We need to be evolving. We need to be going forward. So that's why, sometimes it's good for people to come in and challenge a tradition, because you might very well be able to push some progression into your community that will really change the direction of your people. So speak your truth, how you hear it in your heart, but be humble enough for the world to prove you wrong, because then you'll know a higher truth. But also, you have to have the right people around that will allow you to speak your truth in these ways. So this is sometimes you have to realize is you can't really do these logocentric conversations unless you've got people that can do it also, and this is a pearls upon swine situation. So who is Christ to you? What is your idea of Christ that you think most other people don't think the same as you? Please put it down in the comments down below. Please let me know what you think about this and help me come to a higher understanding of what our Most High God is. And I hope that one day we'll be able to unify with these conversations. I love you all, and God bless.